Hello everyone, welcome to PRV Solution. Today we will study flow measurement. Flow measurement is very important nowadays because a daily example of flow measurement you can see at the petrol pump for filling the gas or oil in your vehicles. So first point, measuring the flow of liquids or gases is a critical need in many industrial plants. Oil and gas industry or some other plants uses these flow measurement. Second point, in some operations the ability to conduct accurate flow measurement is important, that it can make the difference between making a profit or a loss. For example, oil and gas industry. So profit and loss is depend upon the flow measurement for these two industry. Basic principle: there are number of transducers used for sensing flow of liquid. They mainly operate on the principle of placing an obstruction in the path of liquid, causing a change in fluid pressure, which is dependent upon the rate of flow. So by this line we mean that we have different type of transducers which can sense flow. Mainly operating principle of those transducer are that they will place in path of the liquid or gas so as to there is obstruction in the path of the liquid or gas. So in this way we will measure the change in the fluid pressure, which depend upon the rate of flow. By measuring the difference in pressure before and after the obstruction by means of differential pressure sensor, the rate of flow may be determined. So there is change in the pressure which is proportional to the flow measurement. So by changing in the pressure we can measure the rate of flow or flow. So for flow measurement we will use turbine flow meters. Turbine meters widely used for accurate liquid measurement applications. The turbine flow meter translates the mechanical action of the turbine rotating in the liquid flow around an axis into a user readable rate of flow. So first line means that they are only used for liquid measurement purpose. It translates the mechanical action of the turbine into rotation, and this rotation will produce a user readable rate of flow. The turbine wheel is set in the path of a fluid stream. So we have a fluid stream and a turbine wheel is set up in between that. The flowing fluid impinges on the turbine blades, imparting a force to the blade surface and setting the rotor in motion. So turbine have rotor, that rotor will start rotating whenever the fluid will impinges on the blades. When a steady rotation speed has been reached, the speed is proportional to fluid velocity. So after getting a steady rotation speed, we can get speed speed which is proportional to fluid velocity. Turbine flow meters are used for the measurement of natural gas and liquid flow. They can also be used for measurement of natural gas, but for accurate measurement they use they are used for liquid flow measurement. This is the diagram of the turbine flow meter, and now we will see how it will work. Flow to be measured, liquid or gases, will be given here, or flow direction is the from this right side to left side to right side. So, this is your rotor section, this is rotor support to fix the rotor here, this is turbine rotating direction, this is your turbine. So, whenever flow liquid flow or gas flow will goes from left to right, then this rotor will start rotating. This rotation can be read directly by using some counter or motion sensor techniques. So, this is the basic working of the turbine flow meter, means fluid to enter from one point and fluid will change the rotation, or it will start the rotation of the rotor or turbine, and this rotor will connect it to any technique for measurement of the or direct measurement of the flow. So, this is the working of the turbine flow meter. Figure shows the magnetic pickup type turbine meter. It consists of a multiple bladed rotor mounted with a pipe perpendicular to the liquid flow. This is the rotor pipe which is placed perpendicular to the liquid flow. The rotor spins as the liquid passes through the blades. The rotational speed is a direct function of flow rate. The speed which we get is directly a function of flow rate and can be sensed by magnetic pickup, photoelectric cell or gears. So, this speed can be directly sensed by magnetic pickup, photoelectric cell or gears. As the rotor rotates, so does the magnet, and therefore a rotating magnetic field is produced. As the rotator starts rotating, so magnet that is connected across the rotor also rotates, and it will create a magnetic field, rotating magnetic field. This rotating magnetic field produces AC voltage in the pickup coil located external to the meter housing. Means this AC voltage is sensed by this externally coil located to the meter housing. Electrical pulses can be counted and totalized by a counter to give the value of the total flow. These pulses can be counted, and then the sum of the counter gives the total flow over a particular interval of time. So, in this way we will get flow reading from the turbine flow meter. So, in our this turbine flow meter we are using here magnets which are connected to the rotor. When rotor will move or start rotating, magnet will start rotating, this will create magnetic field. This magnetic field is produces AC voltage. This AC voltage electrical pulses can be counted by a counter that is attached to the external assembly of the meter, and in this way it will give direct reading of the flow of the liquid or gases. Advantage of the turbine flow meter: the output is in electrical digital form. We are getting here electrical form which can be converted into digital form, which lends itself admirably to line or radio telemetry for recording or control at a distance point. So, as we are getting here electrical output, it can be digital converted, and after converting it in digital form we can transmit it over a long distance, which is known as radio telemetry for recording and control purpose at a distance point. limitation, it is used in the straight pipeline and requires the clean liquids and gases for measurement, as if there is garbage present in the liquid, it will not, or it will create problem in the motion of the rotor. So, this is the limitation of the turbine flow meter. Next device which is used for measurement of flow is electromagnetic flow meter. It is also widely used. The physical principle at work here is Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. So, what is this Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction? It states that the voltage induced across any conductor as it moves at right angle through a magnetic field produced to the velocity of that conductor is proportional to the velocity of that conductor. Means here E is the voltage produced in the conductor, V is the velocity of flow, B is the magnetic field strength, and L is the diameter of pipe. So, total voltage produced is given is equal to velocity multiplied with the magnetic field strength multiplied with diameter of the pipe. So, in the case of Faraday's law, how we can use here Faraday's law? We have conducting liquid here, and it will allow to enter from this part from down to top. It will move from down to top of the pipe, and we produce here magnetic field. We apply here a magnetic field which is perpendicular to this fluid. When this conductor or conducting liquid moves in this magnetic field, then a potential difference is set up across these two electrodes, which is sensed by the device. So, this is the basic principle on which this electromagnetic flow meter will work. The electromagnetic flow meter, or simply the magnetic flow meter, uses a magnetic field applied to the metering tube. This magnetic field we will apply to the tube, which results in a potential difference proportional to the flow velocity. So, it will produce some potential here, and this potential difference is proportional to the flow velocity perpendicular to the flux lines. The potential difference is sensed by electrode aligned perpendicular to the flow and applied magnetic field. These two electrodes are always perpendicular to movement of the conductor and magnetic field. The third line means this sense. We studied it, this slide. Now, the working of the electromagnetic flow meter. This is the construction part. Figure shows the electromagnetic flow meter. Here, this is the tube through which our fluid for measurement of flow to be entered, and these are two magnetic coils on which we will apply some voltages to produce some magnetic field here, which is perpendicular to the conductor path, and these are the two electrodes which are used for getting the output, which is proportional to the fluid velocity. The EMF consists of a non-ferromagnetic measuring tube. This tube is non-ferromagnetic with an electrically insulating inner surface. We have electrical insulation inner surface here. The magnetic coils and electrodes, these magnetic coils and electrodes are arranged diametrically on the tube and are in contact with the process liquid through the tube. So, these are inside the pipe, two electrodes are inside the pipe. Advantage: there is no obstruction to flow that may cause pressure drops. As in earlier cases, we have obstructions that is used to cause by the rotor or turbine. Second, the output voltage is linear to the flow rate. Here the output voltage is linear to the flow rate. Third point is the electromagnetic flow meter is manufactured to measure flow in pipes of any size, provided powerful magnetic field can be produced. If size of our pipe is large, then we have to apply large magnetic field. If size of pipe is small, then we have to apply small magnetic field. The output is unaffected by changes in characteristics of liquid such as viscosity, pressure and temperature. So, if there is change in the characteristics of viscosity, pressure or temperature occurs, then it will also gives us accurate reading. Disadvantage: fluid with low conductivity such as deionized water, boiler, feed water or hydrocarbons can cause the flow meter to turn off and measure zero flow because they have low conductivity. So, it is only used for conducting liquids for measurement purpose. Application: magnetic flow meter measure the velocity of conductive liquid in pipes such as water, acids, caustics and slurries. So, this is used to measure the velocity of, as I already told, our liquid must be conductive. So, this is all about the electromagnetic flow meter. Thanks for watching.